Hi, my name is Flannery Burke, and this is my story. In the spring of 2022, I had just graduated college in the previous December semester. I was living at home with my parents, and it was a big time for just bettering myself. I was starting to just take care of myself physically, mentally, emotionally. And along that lines, I ended up focusing a lot on my skincare. And for the longest time, I had a mole on my collarbone that was always oddly shapen and had really started to grow and develop over time. And I had remember taking high school health classes and learning about the ABCs of skin cancer. And when I kind of started to realize that that mole might be an issue, I decided, you know what? There's no harm in going to a dermatologist and getting this checked out. So I was very fortunate that I was able to do that, go to a dermatology, and she ended up doing a full skin check. And in that time, she ended up biopsying the mole that I was mentioning about. And I'm very fortunate for her decision to do that, as it ended up coming back as melanoma in situ. So basically, if I would have left that mole there any longer, it would have ended up developing into a true melanoma mole, which, being 22 at the time, that was frightening to hear and to learn and to understand what all of that meant. Ever since getting that mole removed, I've had to go to the dermatologist every 6 months for a skin check. And since then, I have also had 3 other precancerous moles removed. Now, looking back at the person that I was back in high school, I started to connect the dots as to why this was happening, why I was finding these precancerous moles and needing to get them removed and now having multiple scars, because I was that person in high school that wanted a really nice base tan before prom and using a tanning bed, or buying a Planet Fitness Black Card membership only to use the tanning bed and never once touching foot in any of the gym section. And as I started to learn and educate myself on just the risks and why this had happened to me, I ended up speaking out and telling to my friends and family, like, hey, listen, maybe you guys should get a skin check. I was the first person in my family to ever make that educated effort in going to get a skin check and finding out all of these cancerous moles, that being 22 at the time and finding out that I had these precancerous moles on me was terrifying. So I was very fortunate to find IMPACT Melanoma and learning more about all of the amazing programs and money that they raise to help benefit melanoma survivors and their families, that I was even more fortunate to find that they do Team Impact for raising donations to run for marathons. And I had recently gotten into running along that lines of bettering myself, and I'm so excited to be running my first marathon, the New York City Marathon, with IMPACT Melanoma. And this has gotten me the opportunity to not only raise funds for such an awesome organization, but giving me that other step on raising my voice and being more educated on not only what has happened to me, but what is happening to other people that might not be as fortunate to get those chances that I have of getting that mole detected so soon. So I am very fortunate that I am still here. I am being proactive. I am learning all about the SPF, all about different sunscreens, and just being more proactive in my skincare. And because of this, I have began to raise awesome amounts of funds for IMPACT Melanoma and raise awareness to my friends and families about the risks of skin cancer. So that is my story. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.